It's time! It's time! It's time! Welcome to the Power Hour, featuring the boys from JFW. We are crossing the streams. And Travis, you know you love that shit. You know you love that shit.
Oh,
That's how you want to open it?
that ruined my idea, Travis.
I know. No, nobody. I was so on board doing it, but he just started screaming at me.
First off, you know what? I just wanted you to feel at home. Since you are calling this your show, I wanted you to feel like it is every bit your show, which it is. Tonight, this is the Power Hour, and of course, we have welcomed Travis and Turtle from the JFW podcast. Available where all podcasts are found. Apple Podcasts is where I listen to when I'm at the gym. And of course, with me as always, and tonight, more important than ever, is the icon, the legend, the urban sensation, C. Red, live from a hospital waiting for his wife to undergo a procedure. Red, our thoughts are with you. If you pop off, we understand why. I can't believe you're even here. What a guy. What a man. And of course, Rian is driving from wherever Rian is to, well, it looks like Rian is now walking. It looks like he's walking to the knockouts practice. So we might have a live feed from the Chicago knockouts practice. That right there is he's walking through the parking lot of the Homewood Police Station en route to the HF Auditorium where the knockouts are practicing for their championship bout, coming up in just about 10 days. Tonight, it is two podcasts, 1 hour. We got a lot to do. It's a night where, you know, we're in November and Thanksgiving and the holidays are coming. And it's the time of year where we want to mend fences, build bridges. JFW and the Power Hour have been a little bit confrontational over the last calendar year or so. But tonight we're crossing the streams, we're crossing the brands, and we're going to try to make the podcast world a better place for you and for me, just like Michael Jackson always.
Did you actually use the reference crossing streams?
I did use crossing the streams.
You want to pee in a toilet with me, Steve? Is that what's going to make it better?
If that's what it's going to take to bury the hatchet, you got it.
Didn't you watch Ghostbusters?
Hey, listen.
Well, you never cross the streams.
You never cross the streams.
Never cross streams.
Tonight, well, hey, if you want to defeat Zool, you cross the fucking streams, man. That's how they pop the marshmallow bitch, okay? So we're popping our marshmallow bitches tonight. And we welcome Travis and Turtle. Now, Travis, you're the driver predominantly of JFW. So I'm going to give you the wheel. Take us for a spin, JFW style.
Well, yeah. Well, first off, Steve, and I'm curious about this because you and Turtle do the exact same thing. And I'm really curious about it. I don't know why you can't just say Travis T. Like, why can't you just say the T at the end?
Okay, I'm sorry, Travis T. You are the show driver of JFW.
I don't sit here and say thanks, Steve.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm just gonna call you Mr. T. Mr. T, take us in, take us out, engage. If for all you Star Trek fans out there,
Sorry, do you want me to do my whole JFW intro and shit?
It's time.
Okay, first off, that's the intro to the song. That's not. I don't do that every single time I do a show. I did it once and it turned out perfect, and never would do it done again.
I just enjoy doing it.
It is fun, right? Vader got that shit right, bro. Like,
man, that's. I might do it like randomly throughout the show, just as a thing.
Why not? You could do it's time, it's Power Hour time. Why the hell not?
No, I listen. I would never steal from something you have made your own. So you go.
That's true. We are two unique, podcasts and everything. Well, actually, I
don't want a gray area incident.
Yeah. That fucking dude. Holy hell! I got a story for you, Nubby, after this shit.
All right.
But no, it's that thing because I don't want to keep calling you guys a podcast. It's not really a podcast. You're more like a web series, which is a completely different fucking animal. And I actually admire you for you guys are doing web series because the video thing, there's a lot more work that goes into it realistically than is audio. So I do give you guys kudos for that. Yeah, so obviously Just Freaking Wrestling, JFW Podcast, Travis, Steve, got Nubby or Turtle here. Daly unfortunately couldn't be here, work related stuff, and Steve couldn't be here, work related stuff. And I don't know what the fuck happened to this Jay. I've been looking for that motherfucker for like a year. Just like vanished. But it's always fun to be here. I mean, the last
Might
time
be
I
a
was here,
Freemasons thing. We got
No,
some
no,
10
no.
gates level shit.
no, people don't disappear in the Freeman. What do you
Listen.
think we do, man?
Listen, I've seen the National Treasure movies many times.
Oh,
Those
is that what it is?
Freemasons, you got to watch it.
Yeah,
There's
that's
clues
that's
and
what it
everything.
is.
I got to steal the Declaration of Independence. I'm ready to steal it.
You know, and I want to tell you this, Steve, because I listen to your show every single week.
So you're the one. Thanks.
And I admire you because you do put out a show weekly. Obviously, with JFW and everything, we skip some weeks here and there. But my favorite show so far was last week's show when C Red basically told you that you do nothing but poke the bear and instigate shit to like an extreme. And you're doing that again. But I think that's why we always have such a rocky relationship, because I think we do that too often, that we're very similar in that way.
Well, I'll consider that a compliment because I think you do fine work.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, and that's it. I don't really pay attention to when I poke the bear until I realize that I have to go onto my show and tell everyone that I love my boss. He's a great man.
23 times I counted in the
Is
gym.
it? Is that how many times I did
Said
it?
that last week, 23 times.
Yeah. Well, it's nuts when you sit there and think that like you have the ability to go onto a show and say whatever you want. And that's all well and good. And then people sit there and you tried to warn me. A lot of people tried to warn me, don't pick on Terry. Don't say shit about Terry because something could happen. I never really believed he'd burn my fucking truck down, and he didn't. It's still sitting out there and everything. But yeah, no, I think some of my power as high voltage GM got kind of pulled away from me. I'm still GM. I just don't have the authority to make matches without approval anymore. So now I'm kind of being micromanaged, which sucks, but I did it to myself. And I'm going to own that. And I'm going to do my best to kind of regain that trust in SCW. So Turtle, if you're wondering, your title match still pending, bro. Still working on it. It will come. It will come. And honestly, I think with this whole collaboration that I think, because I assume we're going to talk about Power Wrestle Rage at some point on the show.
Very kumbaya though at that moment. A lot of
which, by the way, I'm not. So I wasn't there. I had to watch on pay-per-view. I will not lie to you, Steve. I marked a little bit when you came walking to that ring.
You're the first person that said that. It's funny to me because I typically feel fairly inconsequential when I do things like that. But you know what? Getting into that ring and staring down Mr. Riccolo, because I don't think they told Mr. Riccolo that I was coming. So the look on his face when I just kind of started doing the Warriors thing, oh, Mr. Riccolo, come out and play, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The look of alarm on his face. And I really thought for a few moments that he was going to take a swing at me. So
he seemed a little bit annoyed because like the thing is like, so when you walked into the ring and you just kind of stood there, obviously with the pay-per-view, I didn't know if you were saying anything or not. To me, it looked like you're just standing there. So in my mind, I'm like, does he even notice that Steve's right there or not? Until he flat out said, what the hell do you want? Because obviously anyone who listened to your show last week or listened to our show last week knows that Rocket Pro Wrestling was happening at the same time as Wrestle Rage. So I didn't think you're going to make it. I knew Nubby was on his way out there. He mentioned that. But I had no idea you're going to be there. And the fact that you were was pretty cool.
Well,
that was pretty awesome.
I appreciate that. It was great to have an opportunity to get to be a part of Wrestle Rage, even in just a short period. Now, after I was done with the in-ring stuff, I went up and did commentary with Shaggy and Ross Jim, the Dime Store JR. So that was fun. I love ripping on those dudes because it's just there's so many things you could say about that broadcast team.
Talking about Sammy Hagar?
Well, he looks like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. And then you've got Ross Jim, who's the JR from the Dollar Stop. I love him. I love him. Now I have to love him because I think I'm going to be working with him a little bit because we've got this whole Kumbaya SCW moment thing.
Yeah, I guess we'll dive into that. I don't want to dive too far into the end of Wrestle Rage before we talk about the beginning of Wrestle Rage. But I mean, I love talking. I'm going to talk as much as you want me to talk. You just got to give me some direction on where you want to go here because you just say you want to talk about Rocket Pro, right? Just do me a favor. Do me a favor though.
Yeah.
Don't do what fucking Nubby does on the show and ask me questions about a show I couldn't make it to watch.
I will
Because
try.
when I get a guy who likes like, okay, let's run through the results. Hey, Travis, give me your input on it, and I have to throw some bullshit out there like, dude, that was pretty fucking hard hitting.
I'm watching C-Red sitting there at the hospital, and I'm kind of thinking that if they're there shooting an episode of Chicago Med, like they are going to make it, because he is looking all too sexy for being in a hospital right now. He's just, look at him. It's like, hey, man, here I am at the hospital chilling, as only C-Red can. Look, he looks a little Cosby right there. Like, oh.
What I am curious though with C-Red is like, are we going through like a headset with him, or are we out like, is the speaker on?
C-Red's just raw dogging shit.
Yeah, because I'm just F-bombing it like right and left. And if he's like sitting in like a waiting room waiting for something to happen, and you just hear some like asshole on the thing.
This is the most entertainment those people in that waiting room have had in their lives. They have no idea what's coming, but they will very soon. Travis, you said something very interesting when you were talking about your relationship with Terry Allen.
Yeah.
Boss subordinate. In your case, it's president and GM. I have had quite a bit of issue with this fella.
Oh yeah, Damien Saint.
Travis's buddy.
So
So
he's a nice guy. I don't know what you guys hate about the dude. I never met him in person, but he seems wonderful. He seems delightful.
Damien Saint, whether you like him or you don't like him, you have to believe that he has put on two absolutely exceptional shows back to back.
I heard three. I heard three.
Okay, three. Well, he came in. Yeah. So technically three, I guess.
I gotta give credit where credit's due, bro.
Obviously, I have had many issues with Mr. Saint publicly. There's been pay issues. There's been any number of issues. And once again, I had to stand the entire show. And this time I stood the entire show. And we had gotten to the point where we were at the main event. And I've been waiting a year because last year, the Rocket to the Top briefcase match was electrifying. Yeah. And there were going to be ladders this year. I knew it was going to be hot. I couldn't wait to call it, especially after just having wrestled Aaron Stone. I really wanted to pay it forward and make him look like $1 million. Not that he needs me to look like $1 million, but I really wanted to just give him the shine that I feel he deserves after what we went through at IPW.
Yeah, hey, good job on that match though, man. Turtle was talking to me about you lasted what 10, 15 minutes with him.
I've fought in matches a little bit over the years here and there, and most of the matches have just been me getting my ass kicked, and that's it. But in this match, it was one of those things where I actually got to do, a conventional match. It wasn't spectacular, but I didn't die. So if I'd have died, that would have been a problem, but I didn't. And somewhere along the lines, Aaron Stone brought out some things in me that I didn't know I had in me.
Yeah.
Win or lose, I showed myself something, and nobody can take that away from me. So I'll enjoy that until my death, probably. So it's the end.
You didn't answer me. 10, 15 minutes. How long was the match?
I want to say we went, what do you think, Red? Was I in there? It's all a blur when you're in there. I don't know how you guys keep track of the times. It felt like 45 minutes, but I know it wasn't that long.
Yeah. Well, hey, respect for you for doing that, man. That's pretty awesome. I heard it was really hard hitting.
I got he kicks. His chops are Marche Rocket quality. There's no doubt about that. But his kicks are otherworldly, and he was going to kick me in the chest because that's what he does. But he got a little high and kicked me right in the chin. And when his foot, kick pad and all, hit my chin, I thought my eyes rolled in the back of my head because I literally saw behind me.
Gotcha. Now, did you get a chance to thank Turtle for him to soften up your opponent for him later in the show? Or
well, if you want to call what Turtle did softening him up, I suppose he put him through a match. So yeah, Turtle, thank you, I guess. Maybe he wouldn't have taken it easy on me if you hadn't have been some mild calisthenics.
Look at the
Turtle
smile
was
on his
the match
face now.
equivalent to riding an exercise bike.
Look how happy he is right now.
For about 10 minutes, and then he came and did the deed at the end. No, I'm kidding. Turtle took some shots that mortal humans probably, I was impressed and proud of the Turtle because, Turtle has had matches with Stone and Ewok, and those are two of the hardest strikers in the business, and he lived to tell about it. So I thought that when he fought Rockin' Rivera, that it was kind of a joke that Rivera had to cheat his way out of it.
Mhm.
Turtle's battle tested, much like many people that come from Shabants. So, I wasn't terribly surprised. But back to Rocket Pro, I wanted to give I wanted to give Aaron Stone his due. And he was fighting Buns from Dreamwave, which is amazing. And he was fighting Shaq Jordan from Wrestle League, who is an amazing young talent. So, we got that. And then right before that match, we're on commentary. I'm telling everybody that's on commentary with me how much I'm looking forward to it. And then Damian Saint comes out and puts his hand on my shoulder, sits me down. So I finally get to sit. And when I got to sit, the LIM, the unofficial soul of Rocket Pro Wrestling, I forgot your syrup. I will rectify that situation. Ladies and gentlemen, the real deal Rion Skills. And if you weren't at Rocket Pro Wrestling this past Saturday night, one of the must-see moments that you have to see on the website is when Rion Skills showed up to save the day. The pop was unbelievable. It was unbelievable when that music hit. Now, I'm a fan of that song. I've loved that song my whole life. So whenever I hear it, it makes me happy because I have memories of that shit. But when that song hit, there's just something about the way it hits on a sound system like that. And the real deal's about to come out. That place went fucking batshit.
Timeout.
Not here. Why you need a timeout already?
Let me just make this clear for everybody. I do not call myself the real deal. Steve's the one that calls me the real deal.
Oh, gotcha.
I call myself the real deal for years. People around me have called me the real deal. I actually had Jay Jensen in front of me and I recorded some stuff to make sure that he knew that he was a real deal on Sunday. I'm sorry, on Saturday, so I could have it posted on Sunday. But then I mistakenly deleted I was too busy doing other stuff. But I've already talked to him. It's the only time I've been in the same locker room with him. So just so we are all in agreement of what, not the real deal. I have not called myself the real deal. I want to make sure that because while he's trying to poke a bear,
I'm not poking a bear.
I'm a cousin best. So I'm just going to go ahead.
Have you noticed that he pokes the bear a lot often than he used to?
I just want to let you know that I talked to the real deal himself, and he was 100% fine with me putting myself to the side.
Yeah.
And okay, that's cool. So this way, you don't have to worry about having to go back and forth or saying that there's only one real deal because you're right. And I can call him to make sure that everything is good. So
it's awesome. I've been saying that for a couple months now, and not one person has corrected anything about it. It's just like, oh, how dare you not say Rion's the real deal? I'm like, to me, there's one real deal. I mean, like when you get trained by the guy, when you watch guy, like nothing against you, Rion. I know you had a great career. I would never take anything away from you.
What do you mean had a great career? Is having a great career.
Okay, you could continue to stroke whatever you want, but I'm just letting
you also interrupt a lot, Steve.
That I'm just letting you know, sir, that the real deal thing has been subsided. It has already been taken care of. Anything after this, it's not on me.
Sure.
By the way, that was your first charge timeout.
Yeah, I know what it is. I got 2 left. I get all that shit, but I just want to let him know that this is the thing. I'm rapid firing things. I got
Say hi to Red, who's in the hospital.
I've seen Red. How you doing?
I love how even when Rion calls a timeout to give him a chance to speak, you still interrupt him while he's speaking.
Which is why it's pointless to have timeouts, but that's a whole nother conversation.
No, right? It's like are you timing his timeouts? It's like, okay, he's spoken up. Now I can jump back in.
Yeah, that's all. Like that's a whole nother shit. But we're not.
Out of curiosity, so when you came out to save somebody at Rocket Pro, did you get?
Why
jumped
are we still
on
talking about me? Why don't you talk about Aaron Stone in this match that is. You were talking about Aaron Stone when I first walked in the door.
Well, because he has to get you syrup, and I figured we'd have a conversation.
He hasn't gotten up.
I'm gonna go get the syrup.
Is it for French toast, pancakes, or waffles? Where we at? Crepes?
You got me pancakes and sausage.
Are they homemade, or did you fucking microwave them from like a plastic bag?
I mean, well,
Motherfucker, I got home from work at
it's
6:20.
in his home. I don't know what more you want.
What? Hello, come in. Who the hell was that?
That's done.
Somebody you better have pancakes
Oh,
for.
I got this cat is wrecking my. Now I got to make more pancakes. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you
What?
got
Yeah, throw it.
No, he didn't even know. I just dropped that
it. You
ball.
tell him,
I
'cause
just
that's
dropped
nothing
it on
to
his
be
lap.
like standing
I
right
just
in your
dropped it
house.
on his lap. He didn't even know this little thing. I just dropped it in his fucking lap.
Yeah, he was ready to cut.
He
He was ready to cut somebody.
He just fucking dropped it on his goddamn lap. He's got to scramble to do a bunch of stuff. He's got to move the table. He's got to do all the shit. Yeah.
Oh, do I get sausage?
Plans
too?
suck.
Thank you.
All these notes he got don't matter. Just it's one thing to say you're agent of chaos until someone actually does random shit
Agents
for
of
no
chaos.
reason.
And it's all because of scheduling.
Doing it live.
As long
Doing
as it's not me causing
I know-
issues, I'm
I know
cool
what
with
it is. I know what it is. I'm glad it's that.
Come on, Steve.
Knock over the shit.
Yeah.
You're bringing
Tell
it-
me where you're at.
Yeah.
Where's her pancakes?
Short order cook.
Yeah.
Here's the new agent of chaos, Rion skills.
No idea.
Steve Red's over there like, why do I have reception right now?
Yeah.
All right, you gotta kind of wing in a little bit.
I'll wing over here on the side. I'll go
We're gonna-
right here. I'm good. I am good.
All right, I think we kind of
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know this was okay. So we got things that have occurred that the host didn't know. I don't know if this happens to you sometimes, Travis, where organic
Happens
situation.
to us all the time.
It does.
We just have to deal with whatever bullshit is in front of us.
So Maximus Orion,
Hold on, do me a favor, Steve. Is Cactus Rat coming in here somewhere?
she's in the
She-
facility while
She's sitting to the right of you.
I think she's gonna be over here.
Okay, I'm just checking because
I
like
might put
Rion's,
her in the middle, and I might.
because you have Rion on the show, but he's not physically on this show.
I don't need it. You know him.
I mean, really,
I have a loud voice. I'll just get up and I'll talk from the distance.
talk from the distance.
I'll just be the voice. I'll be like God, and I can go.
Let me direct your show for you, Steve.
He's fixing other stuff. That's what he's doing. Because you can't have one plate of food, have me eat it, and then turn around and not have another plate of food accordingly.
Leave it to fucking Podbean to tell you how to set your show up there, Steve.
Podbean.
That's what it is.
Podbean's taking over.
Scheduling time.
Sit in the middle.
Sit in the middle. Brianna's got the syrup.
Wasn't there a roller derby practice you guys were recording from?
Well, see, funny thing.
Yeah.
I was on my way there, and
Mhm.
was
And
literally
as
in
was
front.
I.
And all of a sudden, I was greeted with
Never
bunch
had
of
three
old
people in my house doing this.
Yeah.
This is a new experience for us.
Yeah.
Hello, here we are. Okay,
Yeah.
there's your syrup.
Yeah.
There's you got your pancakes.
Thank you.
I just whipped that shit up in a minute and a half.
Thank you, microwave.
What did you
Thank
put
you,
in the
microwave.
microwave?
So apparently they're having a storytelling event there tonight,
Oh.
and everybody forgot. So I had pulled up and Rion had pulled up, and then we got the message that there was no practice. So although I would like to go one of these times because Rabid Brewing was there.
Yeah,
So-
that's the last thing. I
Try
saw
the
on way up.
lichen. Rabid Brewing's lichen brand is a delight. All right, where were we? Oh, we were talking about Rion skills saving the day.
You were talking about Aaron Stone.
Well, we're going to talk about what do you know, Travis, about what occurred this past Saturday at Rocket Pro? Do you know anything?
No.
I don't
So
want to
with-
talk if you know what you're. I want to get a
No.
feel for what you know.
I know. Okay, so I know nothing that happened at Rocket Pro for two reasons. One, because I did not make it to Rocket Pro, and two, because when we decided we're doing this show together, I told Nubby that we're going to release this show as our show for this week over on JFW as well. So I didn't want to learn anything until I got here, so I could learn it from you guys.
Well, that makes sense. And I appreciate that. It's fun. And we got C-Run in the hospital there. You see him up there?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So we
Hello.
He's trying to get his phone out of service, so it disconnected. Like, oh damn, I tried.
he did, and he's an amazing man for doing it.
And he's
So,
ordering pancakes right now too.
well, I would bring him pancakes. Practice Rec already offered him in the group chat
I did,
to bring
okay.
food.
No, I didn't offer to bring, but I would have Grubhubbed you anything you wanted.
So let's
Got sausage too. Man, you got everything.
Travis, I want you to put this in your mind's eye.
I'm focused on the sausage at this moment.
Well, there's a lot of sausage.
Okay. All right, I'm focused now. In my eyes, mind. Eyes, mind.
She whipped that through that sausage, man. Okay, so the stage is set. Maximus Orion is in the ring, and the idols are doing the idol stuff.
Okay.
And there's a disadvantage. Then all of a sudden, we're on commentary going, we need to get refs out here. Someone needs to come out here and help us.
Shogun was out there too.
That didn't work the way I wanted it to. Hang on, we're gonna get
What are you
this.
trying to do?
He's trying to play my music.
I'm trying to play his music.
Oh.
I went to the wrong one. There we
You
go.
think it's
So,
cool, so you just go ahead and play it.
so we're sitting there. We're worried about Maximus because they're hitting him right in the eye. There was a bad orbital, and then all of a sudden, and Rion comes out, and
As bump ref or
as the savior, as the
Okay.
Messiah,
okay.
as walking across the water, turning water into wine shit.
Okay.
He had that big Christ energy. And we were in a church, so that's kind of a good thing.
Yeah.
No nail holes, but you know what I'm talking about. So
Totally.
he comes out like he's riding, like he's in a chariot, and there are unicorns escorting him into the ring. And the fans just went insane.
Were there actual unicorms?
I think there were.
Cactus. They saw me waddle to the ring.
Okay.
There was no waddling.
Hey,
It was a majestic gallop.
I have a motorized unicorn if you guys use it.
I think
Hazel
that-
got it at her Make-A-Wish party and she didn't use it.
I
so
think that
did.
would be an outstanding idea. Rion needs to be accompanied in the ring by magic unicorns. It was one of these holy shit moments. It's like when somebody shows up on a televised wrestling show that maybe you haven't seen in a while, and it's like, it gives you that moment of like, oh my God, I remember. And that's what it was for me.
Everyone had member bearers. They all had member bearers. I remember this? That was cool. Look at that.
Remember? You remember? You
Yeah,
remember?
They all
Well,
did that.
Rian, how long has it been since you were at Rocket Pro?
March.
March? Okay, so you're looking at what, 8 months? Not bad. 8 months, that's a long
He's not
time.
wrong.
That's why I'm like, I get it.
Do
I
you or do
understand
you
it.
not? Do you or not, or do you not acknowledge the pop you got? Because you walked out and you were even surprised that place went to shit.
I mean, yeah, but I've also had a conversation about how I feel about that. But that's a matter of a work and a shoot. And I'm not sure what route you want to go with that.
We're going what those fans, and that's why we do this, for the love of the fans.
Good call.
And those fans, those fans, the LIM, the Rocket Boys, doesn't matter. Even Gunner Brave's family, who only likes Gunner Brave, cheered when the real deal came out. So that was
That's gotta feel good, right?
Well, it did.
Did you feel it?
I more or less, see, this is why I don't like this bullshit. Look, so
You don't like talking about yourself, Rian?
not really, no, not in that aspect. Because okay, here's the deal. When I sit here and I have conversations like on here, I try to keep on a very like neutral path. If I was doing the morning after, I would just be myself as far as just saying, here's how I feel, here's how things take place. With here, I have to be neutral because there's so much shit going on. Like,
Yeah, but why do you gotta be
also the
neutral?
B show. So
the only B show is morning after. That's already been established. You can't just focus. Just focus.
Hello.
Oh, hey, we can hear all that.
So
Yeah.
Oh,
I felt like a toy in a claw machine just now with his hand going over the screen,
it's the hand of God
coming down at me.
down on you. There's only Red can do.
yeah. Long
So-
story short, if
so-
I have to, I will, but I try not to because you have so many shows that you have to talk about on this.
Yeah.
Like, do you really need to hear as far like if it goes with what's going on? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, toot your own horn.
You ever wonder how my show went from like 45 minutes to 2 fucking hours? Turtle.
All right. Thank you, doctor.
You still here, Red?
He thanked the doctor. That's got to be a good sign, right?
It is. It is.
Fantastic. So before we got caught up in
You
the
got caught up.
I got caught up
You
in the
got
can
caught
you
up.
feel it moment because I'm a Rion Skills Mark from way back. Before Cactus showed up and absolutely blew my mind and forced me to be a short order cook. We were talking about you were talking about your relationship with Terry Allen, and I was talking about my relationship with Damian Saint. And
Oh, Steve, can I do something real quick first?
please.
Thank you. Cactus, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I haven't seen you since I think it was like SCW training in like 19.
Yes,
Hope you're doing well.
quite some time. I am. I hope you are as well.
I am, and awesome on the roller derby. I think that's really awesome.
Thank you so much. We hope you can come out sometime.
Absolutely. Just let me know what the dates are.
November 19th is our next bout.
Come to the championship.
It's the championship bout.
Is that what day is that?
That is a
That's a-
Saturday evening. There's also something happening in Shabance on Saturday evening as well.
Oh, crud.
Oh, is that the same night?
Yep.
Well, I have all of next year's dates already.
As do I.
We're already booked through
Yeah.
all 2023, so I can throw some more out there in a little
And
bit.
they're out in Homewood, right?
Yep.
All right, that's not far from me. I can make that trip.
Red's got to deal with medical issues, so
All right.
we wish him and his wife all of the best during this situation.
Yeah.
The fact that he was even here for a few minutes
Mhm.
just shows you the character that man has, because we're just doing this for fun. That's real life. So
Mhm.
all our best to Red, all our best to Mrs. Red, and we hope that that's going well.
Look at his shoulder just sitting
What?
on the screen. I'm just looking at his shoulder.
Shoulder.
Your shoulder is just
Like
there.
somebody's talking. We just don't know who it is.
I'm trying to give the fact that I have special guests tonight. The two members of the Power Hour in my home. So
Can I ask you, why don't you sit behind in between Rion and Cactus?
I was going to sit behind, but we're eating.
Yeah.
So when they're done,
And
eating-
there's no telling how long I'll be here. I change my mind every half hour.
It's like, I'm bored. Thanks for the pancakes.
just the
I'm
fact
gonna go home and sit in my basement and play video games.
the fact that this organically happened is amazing. So
Mhm.
I'll enjoy this for
Give you my switch code.
enjoy
I just
this
don't
for many
remember what
years.
it is.
Excellent. Damian Saint.
Damian Saint. Okay.
Damian Saint.
It's so
It's a
much.
lot. It's like a social security number. All right,
Yes.
continue.
There's no switch here. No switch on the Power Hour.
Nope.
No switch. Put it away.
I don't have. I'm
Okay. So Damian Saint, he and I have been in a battle of words for many months now, and he docked my pay last time. You saw the promo. You know how that went.
The hot dogs in the poster.
hot dogs in the poster. The collective hot dog and the handshake when he docked half my pay because I sat so I could see the monitor so I could call the Marche grin match because I couldn't see him because the fans were. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So this past Saturday, he comes out at the main event, sits me down so the fans cheer that I finally get to see the let Steve sit movement wins. But as soon as he let me sit, he then said, "Okay, you're done for the rest of the night." And I was removed from the main event. I did not get to call the main event. I was sent on my way with pay. He paid me in full, but he said, "Your services are no longer needed this evening. I will take care of it."
You're right.
So the commentary for the main event was Shelly and Jay Beck, the paycheck, the former GM, and Damian Saint did the commentary for the main. Disappointing for me because I'd waited a calendar year to call this match. I have found that perhaps I poked the bear a little too often.
Mhm.
And at Rocket Pro, I might have erred slightly. Although I don't agree with his methods, we have had 3 sold out shows. We've had some of the best matches in Rocket history. And despite his torture of me and Jay Beck, he has done a fine job as general manager. So in Christmas Chaos, when we go back to Joliet in December, I am going to try to be a more model employee and not give the GM so much grief. Maybe he's doing a better job than I thought. Maybe I was wrong. So there's that.
It makes sense, Steve, because I mean, like, if you remember when this whole SCW POW thing happened, you were really angry at SCW until you learned it was kind of your fault,
I did. That's true.
right? So I mean,
Repeating itself.
like, so there's like a pattern here on how, like, you know, like you just go a little too much and you don't know how to pull yourself back, and then you end up getting Rion beat up by the workhorses and everything, and
Okay, now look, that was not my fault.
It
you
was-
got everyone at High Voltage beat up when you challenged POW to come down to
Also
the
not
show.
my fault.
I mean, but you did it. It's nutty,
Wow.
man. You ever you know, like when
You're a spin. No wonder you get along with Saint so well. You're a spin doctor.
you remember a while ago when
Here we go.
when I got really petty and I did like a 3-part show to commentate and respond to one of your shows.
You basically did a frame by frame commentary to the entire
Which one
show.
was this?
First off, very popular series, a lot of downloads. So thank you for that one. But also, like an alcoholic telling you maybe you had too much to drink, I'm here to tell you that maybe you push people too much.
Well, I can't say that I can't. I won't give that some thought.
Dude, if I'm telling you you're poking the bear too much, you should probably think about what you're doing, because, like I said a lot of shit to a lot of people, and I do it quite often. And maybe I should cut back a little bit, but at the same time, I'm just too entertaining to stop. So, you know, and I sit there and I make
Why
fun
are
of
you
Hunter
looking at me
Payne.
like that? Why are you judging me?
I'm not judging anyone.
We are guests.
Mhm.
We are
Yes.
Guests in your home.
They ate the food that was
Mhm.
prepared for them,
Mhm.
and they are judging me. This show is not going the way I thought.
I didn't even know Freemasons were gonna come out.
Answer me honestly, Steve. Were they
Red and,
homemade pancakes or were they microwave?
Red's on the thing.
Red's back.
on the
Let's
thing.
get Red back here.
Red's on the thing.
Oh, Red's gone again.
Red's
Come
gone.
on, Red.
You know what? Mr. Turtle, how are you doing?
Oh, Nubby's here.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty good, Rian. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I got nothing to follow that up with. I just wanted to make sure that you know someone involved, because if it keeps going down this route, we're just going to be sitting here waiting to jump in.
be sitting
here without
I'm quite okay with that.
Red's back.
He's just happy sitting there in that shirt, like a talking billboard.
That's right.
Down there, which is available at tpublic.com, but just searching JFW.
Work till what in the
What?
hell?
This is because of
happening
me.
today?
This is because of me.
No.
What are you guys eating now?
What?
Because Hot Rod and I just went grocery shopping, and there are no snacks or desserts in our house.
What is that, a popsicle? Oh, that's an ice cream cone
Yeah, just keep judging the dude. That's okay.
for a toddler? What the hell is that? It's like they broke off half of the ice cream cone. That is a pretty sweet poster. I'm not
It
gonna
was
lie.
not a sweet. Well, it kind of is, I guess. I'm on a different path.
He gave
Go ahead,
you an
Brad.
autographed picture. I'm sure he sells those at shows, and he gave that to you.
That he did that to pay me. That is a form of, apparently in some place this is a form of currency.
Well,
Okay, but see, the value of it's only going to go up
Look at
because
what?
it's a signed picture.
All right.
And honestly, you could have cooked those hot dogs and sold them at the show for $1 a piece. So realistically, you cost yourself money.
You son of a bitch.
Silver
Shut up,
lining.
Turtle. This is all your fault.
I didn't do it. This is your idea.
This is your idea.
I feel like I
Yep.
need a cup of tea.
Oh man,
I might be able to do that.
he was not prepared for this. Not even close.
He did it to himself.
Great.
We had tea at one time.
Just gonna keep
I'm
eating
not even
this.
on my podcast.
Things just went south.
Don't worry about what's happening over here. You can
Well-
talk about anything you want.
Well, Nubby, I'm sure you got the show notes and everything from Rocket Pro. So until Steve gets back, you want to tell me what happened?
I don't actually need tea.
Well,
Talking about hot
here's
dogs.
the thing.
I'm
I
talking
don't-
about a meme where Kermit is
You don't have
sipping,
notes?
like minding my
I
own
did not grab them on my way out.
How did you not have notes?
I usually grab them on the table, and I did.
What did I tell you last week, bro? This is
All
going to
right,
be our
let's
show
get
for this
on
week.
to a point.
Cool. Can we talk about how unfucking prepared Nubby is for a minute?
Wait, what?
Who the fuck
Well,
is Nubby?
listen, Nubby last week on JFW podcast, what might have been a little over prepared because he kind of raw dogged Red and Ria. And
Oh my God.
that's not an
You were
exaggeration.
gonna use your words, Regan.
I was going to, but the problem.
Which can I also mention how awesome it is you guys invited Turtle back, even though he's not even allowed to be mentioned on this show again?
No, we amended that rule. Red didn't like
That's all good now?
We amend, yeah, we're good. We're good with Turtle. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm good with Turtle. I don't know about Red and Rion. That
Right.
that
I think they
podcast.
were good for a week until
he's-
last.
He spent half the show last week talking about how horrible you guys are.
I can
Come-
charges pretty fast. Yeah.
I mean, do you want me to like say stuff or just leave it be?
Do you do shots? I didn't think so.
I'll
give you
it's
wine.
however you want
How
to do
about
this.
wine?
I want Rion to say things because I love when Rion talks. Last week was a phenomenal show, and most of it had to do with the fact that Rion was talking. I loved it.
Can I?
I want some biased statements from Rion. I don't want this unbiased, I got to meet in the middle kind of thing. I want you to pick a side and talk about it, Rion.
Red.
Oh, he's good. Oh,
You good? Red, are we good at the hospital?
ah. Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Cool.
Wait a minute. For Red, wait a minute. Hang on.
He is all over the place.
We're gonna get you a bucket where you put all the things you need.
Here's a guy who records the show at the same day, the same time, every week.
How ridiculous.
This is further evidence that I'm a mother and I'm not at home.
Hey, we're gonna make this right. God damn it!
Oh my god.
All right.
Okay.
Here's the funny part. Red, give Mrs. Red our best. Oh, he's gone. Give Mrs. Red our best. We love you. And the funny part.
Hey.
This episode of the Power Hour brought to you by Maker's Mark 46 because
Coca-Cola.
I need this to get through this shit.
Way to be classy.
And I
That's
can't
nice.
drink anymore because I get migraines.
But you got ice cream, so you're happy, at least for the moment.
Maybe one day you'll get adult sized ice cream.
My tummy can't handle it.
Okay, you son of a bitch. You have no idea what's happening here. They
I
got
don't.
pancakes, and sausage, and ice cream, and now you're questioning the size of my ice cream. I'll
Yeah.
just have you know that is delicious blue bunny ice cream.
I had an entire.
Oh, okay. So it's half the size but twice the price.
I'm lactose intolerant. This is fine.
Oh, and you're eating ice cream?
Yeah.
God, perfect.
What do you cook for Nubby? What do you cook for Doris? What do you cook for Dally?
I don't cook for anyone. No one comes to my
Don't
house, and I'm okay
Throw
with that.
stones if you live in a
No,
glass
that's my
fucking
too.
house.
I'm telling you right now, if I had drumstick ice cream cones at my house, they'd be full size, not the shit that Dairy Queen gives dogs.
I
when you
have a
pass through the
nephew.
drive-through.
I have a nephew, and my nephew was supposed to come over a few weekends, and he did not. So the ice cream is here, and I'm like, I thought my friends might enjoy some ice cream.
Those are the size ice cream cones you
Size
bought for your nephew.
Travis, it's the thought that counts. Since you are thoughtless, I know you don't understand.
Alcohol bullshit. I may be thoughtless, but at least never got my friends beat up because of the actions I do.
Because that's
Did
what
you just call us bitches?
No, why would I say that? Hey, you're talking about if I said that? If I said
Red's
that?
load the Glock.
The cones that you give dogs? Are we bitches?
No. I mean, you're eating pup cones from Dairy Queen, obviously, but no.
Exactly why I was like.
What was we were talking about why Nubby is not a good podcaster. Wasn't that what we were
Oh,
talking
because he's not prepared. He doesn't
Right.
have any of his notes for Rocket Pro.
Nubby, you haven't said anything because you don't command. You don't take your shot. Nubby, we're gonna all be quiet. Take your shot.
Yeah, tit time, Nubby.
Hit time. Okay.
Tit
Hey,
time.
you got my notes? You got my notes? Can we run down the card that happened this past weekend?
Yeah, where's your notes at? Where's your notes at, bro?
I was in a hurry, so I forgot my notes.
Oh, god damn it. Nubby, can you stand up a little higher? Like,
No,
can you get the
I am.
midsection in the frame more?
I am.
If I get the logo shown and you stop talking, I can have a more entertaining podcast right now.
I'll block.
Thank you. Now just mute yourself and then we can have fun.
No, I'm not gonna. I want to put my input sometime.
I'm just kidding, Nubby. You know I love you, buddy.
Hey, C Red.
He didn't love me a year ago.
No,
C Red,
God,
can
no.
you hear us? He's gone. Can you hear us?
This is an airing grievances podcast.
All right. Did you get a chance to listen to last week's JFW podcast?
I know C Red doesn't listen to my show. It's okay.
Aaron, did
We
you
know-
listen to the podcast?
Hey, and you know what what people can do if they don't listen to our podcast?
Oh, what I tell them to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, they go fuck themselves.
Why'd you look at me?
I'm just making sure you're okay. Just trying to help. Wow, we've got some tension in the house tonight.
Are we all trying to listen to the conversation that's happening in C Red's room right now?
Just I didn't make the food fast enough. The ice cream cones aren't big enough.
Well, you can only heat
I
up
stir the
pancakes as
pot,
fast
I'm
as a
a fucking
microwave
dick.
would.
This is the shit on Steve podcast. This did not go the way I thought. I thought everybody's gonna shit on Nubby and I was gonna get to laugh. Did not happen the way
I just did shit on Nubby. I'm spreading the wealth.
Who cares? Nubby's untouchable.
Hey,
apparently.
look, there's only one person that can shit on me the right way, and that's Paulie Tomaselli.
Oh, I thought it was your fiance.
That says that's,
Well, That's another story.
I didn't. You can be into that if you want to, but it's not right.
Can somebody please tell me what happened at Rocket Pro? I would love to know more. Are we done
Well-
talking about Damien Saint? Because it felt like we didn't get anywhere with that.
Well, I apologize to Damian Saint, and moving forward, I will
Yeah.
deal with that stuff a little bit differently. But it was a great match. There were many great matches at Rocket on Saturday. I mean, we talked a little bit about Rion saving the day, which was otherworldly. W, what about Black and Brave? That fatal four-way was pretty impressive, and there was carnage aplenty. Why is Red?
Not you. Don't stop.
Like that match alone, like, was loud. I mean, I was in the back, in that little corner area, and just talking with a couple people, and you can hear that match, and every second you hear the crowd, ooh, ah. Me and Marche were like across from each other, just looking at each other, like, what happened now? And then we're ready to go, and then we're about to go to the screen or to the TV in the back, and holy fuck, what's going on out there? That probably was the match tonight, honestly, especially after what happened after the match with Gunnar Brave.
Gunnar Brave is officially out of the Idols, which is a welcome thing because I feel like Joliet got its mirror back.
Yeah, did he really
What?
officially an idol to begin
Something
with?
to say it. You want me to make you more food? I could find some soup.
Focus.
There could be tuna.
You're the one not focusing.
Oh, boy.
Man,
I'm just trying to figure this out.
I mean, so to be honest, Steve, do you think Gunnar was really an idol at heart?
yes, I think he was very much an idol. And I think the Idols found out that some people have ascended over them. And they didn't like the fact that Gunnar Brave was bigger than the Idols. And they made him pay for it dearly. But what they didn't understand at the time was they united the Black and Brave Army, which we are intimately familiar with. So
Yeah.
now the Idols have to deal with BXB. Now, that's the thing. Everybody in Joliet had no idea what to expect with the Conan Lycans and the Solomon Tupus of the world. I knew exactly what was going to happen because this is not my first dance with Lycan and Tupu. And they are fantastic talents despite the fact that they hate me. But they showed up in Joliet and they made a statement, they made an impact, and the Idols are in big trouble because the Idols as a collective are one of the weakest collections of talent that you will ever see. And the Black and Brave Army will kill them. So on December 3rd, if that's what we degrade to, if it's the Idols versus BXB, it's going to be a long Christmas season for the Idols because BXB don't play.
No,
And
they
know this from experience.
are tough sons of bitches.
There's a reason why Lycan's a regular on AEW Dark because he's good. He hates me. I don't know why he hates me. Well, maybe Travis has given me a reason why I'm hated, and that's fine. But
Steve,
anyway.
how many companies do you work for right now?
Too many. I've been told by many people too many, and in 2023 that all changes.
I mean, because I hear of problems at IPW, RPW, SCW. I don't hear much about issues with CSW though, so maybe that one's okay. Apparently not.
Oh, there are problems everywhere.
Are you
That's
finding
why-
a common denominator here in the issues? Like you keep saying, like, well, he particularly doesn't like me too much. Oh, he's not really a big fan of mine. It's like, what do you keep doing to piss people off?
I don't know. And you know what, Travis, you're right. And in 2023, I am going to focus on being a member of the Knockouts family
He's a knockout now.
because
Nice.
I've worked for
So
9
is
years,
Leon.
9 years in this business, and never have I felt more at home or more appreciated than in Homewood with the Knockouts. I just got a call today from John G, who's on the beat, and his show everybody loves. He just interviewed Chuck Swirsky, the Bulls play-by-play announcer. John G's everywhere doing John G stuff. And John G did an interview with the Crimson Vixen, and I can't wait to see that. It's going to be out later this week. And he said, listen, Steve, I did an interview with Vixen and we talked a little about you. Can you come on next week and talk about the Knockouts? And I said, it would be an honor. Do you have 2 hours for me to talk about the Knockouts? Then Steve, if you want to talk about the Knockouts for 2 hours, I will do it. So next week I will be on John G's On the Beat talking about the Knockouts. Roller derby is not what you think it is. It's a game changer. You just have to go and see it. In Homewood, it's become a tradition. Like Dairy Queen on a Saturday night in July, like Aurelio's Pizza from the brick oven, not from Frankfurt, not from Richmond Park, from Homewood, the brick fucking oven. That's what the Knockouts are. And that's what they mean to Homewood. And everybody's going to know about it soon enough. Travis, you may not get tickets, so you better show up, man, or you're going to let the best in life pass you by.
Why wouldn't I get tickets to the roller derby?
Tell them why you get tickets.
You can buy them at the door. Or you can go on Chicago Knockouts Facebook page and you can order them through the link there.
Oh, so I could purchase them. It's not like I'm blacklisted from something I've never been to.
Oh, you're not black.
You have to come and see it because once you see it, it will change
Yeah.
your life.
Yeah, I would. Like I said, I think I'm only like 25 minutes from Homewood.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, I'll go watch fucking roller derby. I'm trying to.
Yep.
And when you come to watch the show,
Yeah.
you enjoy the show.
Mhm.
And then after the show is over, you go just a few blocks away to Rabid Brewing and you get to hang out with the Knockouts and enjoy fine beer products from their proud sponsor.
And pizza.
And if you like beer, I'm here to tell you the Lycan Ale is amazing. I can't wait to have some in a few weeks.
I will keep that in mind. I mean, I do like beer. I do
Don't
like
keep
pizza.
it in mind because when you keep it in mind, you don't show up. I had to work. Their excuse after it's come to see the Knockouts. We will save you.
I will go to the Knockouts. I will watch it. I will see it.
They're turning water into wine, my friend. That's a fact.
Is it the same water that Rion turned into wine when he fucking floated to the ring and in heroic fashion at
Okay,
fucking Rocket Pro?
Let's get to Freemasons.
C-Red and Travis are Freemasons.
Okay.
That is
Wait,
some
you made a note of that?
pleasure shit.
You made a note for that?
I did.
Yes.
It's right here on my list.
I don't know what you want to talk about. You can't really talk about it, Steve.
See, that's what the Freemasons do. They can't talk about it. They're clues.
I know my grandfather was a grandmaster, so
You know what? You can find all you want if you ever decide to join.
Maybe we should all.
Fast one to be
I
one.
look like someone that would be in a cult.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think
Have C-Red put a good word in for you. I would, but I'd have to be honest.
Nubby, why are you unprepared always?
Always.
Okay, but speaking on
Was that the next note below
Speaking of
Freemason?
Oh,
Nubby, not
Cactus
ready?
wants to go back to the
Speaking
Freemason.
of Freemasons, if you're a nerd like me, it's not there's some on TikTok on YouTube. There is a family that bought a lodge that's over 100 years old, and they've been remodeling it. And they post everything they find, like old pins, old paperwork, everything.
Mhm.
Check it out.
They found the Declaration of Independence.
No.
Yeah, the original
They
one.
find the treasure of.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
talk about
Okay, we're done talking about the National Treasure. Go to Disney Plus and watch the National Treasure. I really like them. Anyway, moving on.
I like how all the
Stage,
information
God,
you have
he
on
should be president.
Freemasons is based on Nicolas Cage movie.
I feel like Nicolas Cage is the ultimate Freemason.
But Travis, T, you have to admit, when you first saw that movie,
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
now the reasons
I
why we
tell it's a bad motherfucker. He was a
are totally
Freemason.
different from the reasons why everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Totally different. Totally different.
how many people
Totally
think you're
different.
the Illuminati?
Wait, what'd you say?
How many people think that you're the Illuminati?
Everybody.
Yeah.
Travis,
You know,
Travis T.
we've got
It's a-
we've got a
Illuminati.
grand scheme and
Rob
everything.
Yeah.
Code.
Yeah, it's insane when people find out I'm a Freemason. How many people think like, well, why would you want to join a cult? Why is it a cult? Just because you don't talk about it? What's wrong with that? It's the same thing as Fight Club.
Talker, Steve.
You are a shit.
Why would you point at me?
It was,
Like
it was beautiful.
anyone that knows me knows that half the shit that comes out of my mouth is deadpan and you can't take
And
seriously.
see, here's my favorite. Travis T is a smart man, and he'll never go after you like he goes after me.
Cactus Rack? Why would I?
I don't know about that. I'm pretty irritating.
I've only said one negative thing about Cactus Rack in my entire life. And
Oh, what was it?
you never heard it? Oh, you didn't listen to the show?
What did you say about me?
Oh, fucking A. Okay. So it was
I'm a
the.
busy woman, Travis.
I'm surprised Steve didn't tell you. So it was when you guys
What?
had the. It's when you had the interview.
Some
Did you
things,
talk about me?
some things don't need to be aired.
What the fuck did you
Okay,
say
so
I
about
don't
me?
need that kind of shit in my
What
life.
the fuck did you say about me?
Oh, now it's on. Now,
So you guys had a show where
you're
Angel
into
was
the
on.
chaos too. You
That's
did
fine.
it to yourself.
It's okay. She don't know where I live. It's fine.
Faster than the FBI, Travis.
So you had Angel on the show not too long ago. Maybe a couple months ago, however long ago. It doesn't matter. And my name got brought up because I don't know, I called Steve a piece of shit or something like that. I can't remember which word it was. And Angel said something about like shutting me up or whatever like that. And I think you responded to her in some way. And I don't know, I referred to you as some silly girl who skates around a circle or some shit. Something to that
Close.
effect.
Something like that.
It's like I don't know, like
It was
like
harmful.
like some
Like-
girl at like a birthday skate party or some shit. I
First
can't
of
He
remember.
all,
didn't mean that.
First of all,
Oh, you dumb son of a bitch.
You know what it was actually. This is what happened.
Do you
you were-
remember? Wait, do you
Yeah,
remember?
I,
or you
re-
just
I
guesstimated?
remember like some of it.
Okay.
The only thing I remember is you were going like going down the line of everybody on the show, from Angel to Steve, whatever.
Okay.
And I think you were struggling to come up with something for Cactus Rack that you just made something up. So I don't even think you meant it.
If it makes it feel better, it was a total work. I don't believe it whatsoever. I know roller derby. I've seen roller derby. I know it's hard as fuck. So it's just a work. I don't really believe it. I don't think that you just skate around listening to disco music while skating backwards and fucking doing the hustle. I don't believe it.
All back.
so it sounds to me like
Oh,
you
boy.
got mad about something I didn't say.
Yeah, that's true. It's who I am. I'm sorry. I can't change who I am. I'm trying to do better though.
I mean, I can't change who I am either. So,
If it makes you
No,
feel
you-
better, at least I'm being honest about what I said.
I mean, I appreciate that. There's a lot of people in wrestling that talk shit and won't do it to your face.
I know.
It's true.
And I welcome the
Fair.
shit.
That's
Right?
for sure.
At least I'm willing to
That
do it
Eric
through a
don't like
camera in the
he's a
safety
bitch.
of my own house with a deadbolt lock.
Mhm. Mhm.
But no, I said it out
I-
of frustration.
I
I
didn't
admit it. I admit it. Listen,
Wait, did you say you had one more thing?
no, I think it was just the one thing I said about you.
Okay. I thought just then you said, oh, there's one more thing that I said. I was like, what?
No. Here's the thing about me. Like you gotta Steve. I say a lot of stupid shit on my show. A
does.
lot to a
For-
lot of people, about a lot of people. I mean,
You
come
wanna
on.
know why
call-
can
I
tell
call
you.
Hunter Payne hip pain and old and shit and do the fucking monster. I make fun of Terry Allen all the time. I make fun of a lot of fucking people. Really, it's just to, you know, get a ride out of you guys.
I'm just gonna say that I treat everybody with respect until proven otherwise.
That's fair.
100%. If you
Absolutely accurate.
if you don't respect me anymore, I totally understand. I'm okay
I
with that.
don't-
And
I
I will
don't
live. I will live with that.
Negativity on anyone without good reason.
It's fair. She's
Mhm.
right. She's not wrong.
Mhm.
Well,
Why?
I'm going to earn back your trust when I show up at one of your roller derbies.
I
Okay,
would like to see you kick him in the balls.
please do
I would
show up,
enjoy that.
see firsthand. Silly
I do.
girl.
I would. So I've seen it. I've watched it on TV. I've never seen it in person. So I'd love to see it in person.
Did he
Mhm.
call them silly girls? Can you tell Marley that?
We are
Marley will kill
completely
you.
different
Oh, is she
from
hot?
what you've
Is
seen.
she-
I'll let her beat me up if she's hot. I'm
Scary.
into
Is
some
she
weird
hot?
shit.
We are literally wrestling on roller skates.
I have been alone for
Did
so
you really
long.
just say that?
I have been alone for
I
so
gave
long,
Marley a
Steve.
head scissors
I'll do
on
this.
skates.
I
If
got
she
this.
wants to knock a tooth out of my face
We got-
first.
We got,
Okay, can we get back to wrestling?
Oh, we
I
got
mean, I get
red,
that
red,
you're yelling,
red got a
but let me-
timeout.
Let me get this little part out the way. Stay the fuck away from roller derby.
Don't come to
Don't
roller
come
derby. Don't come there. Don't
Why
come.
not? What's wrong with roller derby?
roller derby. Don't do it. Let's get back to wrestling.
Tell you what, you let me know when you tell them what I said, and then I'll show up to roller derby.
I mean, I'll tell them what you said.
Yeah, go look for it on. I'll see if I can find which show it was, and then you can listen to it for yourself. Maybe it's not even as bad as I thought it was.
Figure it out.
We're all square about the fact that this is a work, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
100%. Okay, let me ask you guys a question then. For the wrestling
Why is
people out
it
there,
me? What did I
Figure out
do?
a topic.
Steve,
I don't need you to get everyone into more trouble.
I don't do anything. I
Okay.
made you pancakes.
let me ask you guys a question then. So as far as pro wrestling is concerned today,
There you go.
what's your thought on kayfabe? Is it 100% officially dead?
What the fuck are you talking about, Travis?
You know what I'm talking
Do
about.
I need to come there and slap the shit out of you? You want to tell me about kayfabe?
Do you want to come over and beat me up so someone else could beat
That
you
was
up? Or
kayfabe
do-
right there. That was kayfabe right there.
I'll give you-
I was just showing you it's everywhere.
But serious question, like, do you feel? I guess let me rephrase it. Do you feel that kayfabe has a place in pro wrestling anymore?
Yes.
Rian?
Always has a place. Just a matter of people.
Right. So I was at this wrestling meeting not too long ago, and there was a person there who said that kayfabe is completely dead. That doesn't have a place in wrestling anymore.
They've never watched the show.
And I 100% disagree with that. And like, granted, yes, people know what wrestling is nowadays. People know that, you know, the Undertaker doesn't have those mystical powers as he does and everything. But I think having
What?
I know, I started to break it to you. So
I don't believe you.
yeah. Give me a minute. I'll tell you about Santa. So
Are you telling me that what I can't even think of the name. Anyway, move on.
actually, yeah. That I
Hurricane
honestly,
is not a superhero in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There, I got it. Took me a minute.
I just love how you have to creep into frame in order to say something.
I am not going to interrupt the Cactus Rack Rion hour.
So it was just weird to me thinking that, like, here's a guy who's in the wrestling business, who's had some years in the wrestling business, sit there and talk about how kayfabe isn't a part of wrestling anymore. Which,
Well, it's not,
regardless,
but that's a whole other conversation
Well,
in itself.
It's not because people have gotten used to being lazy.
Agreed.
yeah, but I think they should build on the idea of kayfabe potentially being a real thing, not the mystical bullshit, but the character that you are.
Well, no, I agree with you.
Yeah, I was just curious. I was just curious in your guys' thought about it.
I'm giving you my thoughts.
No, absolutely. I was just curious.
I'll
Yeah.
keep going. So Chicago Knockouts is mostly kayfabe, and I think it's an integral part of the fact that it is a show, it is a performance,
Yeah.
and you lose that entertainment value. I think.
Can I ask you something about roller derby?
Sure thing.
So when you say it's kayfabe, you're
Mhm.
talking about the attitude of the women on the roller rink, or the actions that you guys take on the roller
Yeah,
rink.
we do characters, we do promos.
But the fact you guys are hitting each other, it's as hard hitting as it looks.
Wait till
Yeah.
you see the interviews from the sin bin.
I have reversed the curve of the spine in my neck. I have had a concussion that has caused me to now have dyslexia.
Yeah.
I have cracked my ribs. I have dents in my shin, and it's
Mhm. Well, I just want to check because, like, when you said it's kayfabe, I want to make sure I'm not thinking to myself like people are out there fucking gigging themselves and shit, and
no.
I was like, but yeah, you're talking about the promos and stuff, which I think is really awesome. I think that draws more attention to the sport. Oh, that's what it was. I said it wasn't a sport. That's what it was. You called it a sport, and I said it wasn't. That's right. Okay, my bad. I do believe it is a sport.
Oh wait, that was about a good 15 minutes to get out that it's not a
No,
sport.
no.
I'm telling you, I do believe it is a sport. That was just said. That was said out. That was complete wrong of me to say that. I do believe it is a sport.
You are
Good, because I was gonna say, strap on some skates and come out sometime.
Yes,
We'll
yeah,
show you how much of a sport.
yeah.
it
You
is.
better strap
Yeah.
on something, Travis.
It's all coming back to me now because I said it's not really a sport when like 9-year-old girls could do it at a birthday party. But no,
Oh my God.
it's 100% a sport. I don't want you to think that I don't think it is. It is 100% a sport.
You don't want to
I
help
just said
at
that to be
all,
funny.
Mr. Nugget? You don't want to say no?
Turtle, you've been a little
you
quiet.
ain't got
Your
nothing to
boy's
say.
walking out on a ledge.
Turtle, does that sound more accurate?
You're on your own on this one.
Yeah. Well, don't block the logo, bro. Come on.
I'm trying not to.
God damn it.
All right.
Anyways, getting back to what I was saying. Stop,
Yes.
Steve, stop. Uh, can you tell that I'm a mother?
No,
Yeah, not at all.
I don't know.
So I think that I think people have started feeling entitled to performers' personal lives, especially in wrestling.
Mhm.
And a lot of what people complain about as far as like kayfabe isn't real, and there's too much of this and that, is that people have these built up ideas of who someone is, but then they go and they see them as real people and it doesn't add up.
Mhm.
Well, I tell people
Yeah.
all the time, let me be the whiz.
Yeah.
Let me be
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's an entirely different conversation.
And I think if people could commit to the kayfabe and like really put their all into it,
Mhm.
that we would see like a huge shift in wrestling.
Yeah. Well, it's like one of the things in Hunter, I think, was kind of he gave the best example. Is like when you have guys who like just went out to the match and kicked the shit out of each other, being a face, being a heel, and all of a sudden intermission happens and they're socializing in front of the crowd by the ring and everything. So you kind of lose that idea of what was supposed to be going on and stuff. And I don't think he's wrong there, but I mean, I don't understand where people who are in this business who do it for a living, can sit there and think like this mindset of like, good guys versus bad guys and who we are and what our characters are, like that doesn't really matter. And I believe 100% does. It needs to.
It's storytelling. It's
I just didn't know if I didn't know if I was alone on that idea. Like if I'm just thinking too far, if I'm just thinking too far in the past and not realizing the future. So
I think this is a good time to bring in Red because Red has seen it and done it all. I bet he has a great take on this. Red, talk to us, son.
Why his mic's muted? Good call on him, bro. Crushing this show.
I mean, his hand is up.
I'm sure his hand is up, but
I just want him to talk because he's been here and he's doing his thing.
I think he's just entertained by the show itself. And why wouldn't he be? I'm fucking here doing this. You want to talk about Pow? You want to talk about what happened there?
I think Red's gonna say something. I feel like he's got something on his mind. He looks like he's thoughtful.
It's like, yeah, he's getting the camera position just right.
Okay.
Is he raising his hand? Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, that's the hand is raised.
I'm
Just waiting to be called on.
I'm advocating the floor. This is going badly.
You're crushing this, Steve.
I am.
From behind the curtain over there, you are.
You are not putting this out on JFW this week.
I hope you do.
Yeah, 100%. I think God's only audio though, so we're fine.
All on Steve.
This is as normally it is. Red, what do you got?
He's still
Stop
muted,
raising your
bro.
damn hand.
Maybe he's telling you to talk to the hand, Steve.
That's what he's doing. Is
Wow,
talk to the
don't
hand.
even get started.
Okay.
John, send us a voice note. Reg, send us a voice note.
Okay, there.
There
So
he
I had
is.
to take off the Bluetooth. 1,
There you go, Travis. Does that make you happy? There he is.
C-Red is talking, Steve. What the fuck is wrong with
He
you?
was just talking.
Okay, Red, I'm sorry. Go.
Oh, I'm
All
sorry.
right. So let's make this quick.
Yeah.
One, no, Travis T, you are not wrong. We came from an era where baby faces and heels were not even allowed to be in the same locker room, be in the same car. They didn't travel together. Heels stayed with heels, faces stayed with faces, and there was no intermingling of the two. And yes, it does take away from some of the mystique that it doesn't even have to be the main event, but it can be the match before intermission. Baby and heel tear up the place, the crowd goes crazy, and the people are really loving the baby, and the people are really hating the heel. And then they go stand next to each other selling merchandise.
Yeah. To me that ruins it.
So you're not wrong.
What I do now?
There needs to be some sense, and in some locker rooms there are. I still travel, and guess what? There is none of like they don't let they don't let heels go out. I'm not gonna say not to sell merch, but like in the opening of the show, when they're opening the show and they're opening their doors, heels aren't allowed to go out.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, oh, okay, cool. They keep heels on one side, babies on the other side. Some places don't care, you know, and that's the same companies where, again, you know, hey, it's dead. It might as well just stay dead. Two, it's kind of funny. At the beginning of the show, Nubby is not prepared, but yet Nubby is riding the hell out of Steve for this Rocket Pro show. I'm just saying. He wasn't prepared. And then this is the thing. The show was Saturday, right?
Mhm.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. He had 3 days to go online and research.
Exactly. He's supposed to be my indie guy, and he let me down here. He's embarrassing JFW.
I'm just saying.
It take a lot of ass whoopings over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. Lot of good points there,
Thank you for
C-Red. That's why I
stopping
appreciate
showing
you.
up.
That's why I need to get you over on JFW to talk with me away from Steve.
Let's see what else. The knockouts are queens. They're all beautiful and sexy. Steve, you you fed me before, so I won't hold it against you tonight. All right, that's it. I'm going back on silent until I can figure out. See, when I'm at the computer, this is so much easier. Click, move, click, move, click, move. One finger does all of this.
That's what she said. Boom. No, I'm kidding.
Go ahead.
Nubby, did you notice how, you got C-Red who's in a hospital and everything dealing with his shit, and yet he has notes for what he wants to say, and yet you have nothing.
Hey, I'm not.
In Nubby's defense,
Okay.
he is a superstar.
Now I gotta pause again.
The crowd loves Nubby. Nubby gets chance. Nubby is a superstar.
Nubby gets pops.
He doesn't need to do the ring. Nubby's a superstar.
I still do the ring. Let's not say I don't. I do.
You do help out at SCW with their ring. That is true. On the other hand, I choose not to do it.
Hey Nubby, you quiet today, but last week you weren't so quiet.
Yeah, Nubby. What do you got to say about that?
Well, everyone was doing the shit. I mean, I get what you're doing, but everybody was doing the shit.
Well, what's the point? I mean, I'm quiet today because everybody else is talking. And I'm not prepared with notes, so I don't need to really say anything. But I know what you're getting at. I talked a lot. But see, last week I wasn't lying about what I said either. And if you want to go there, we can go there right now, and I'll talk all night.
Oh,
Yes, you were.
Act two.
Rion, take it away.
It's very simple. you were wrong because you took it out of context. The reason being is because you sat there and said, I chose this life. And you were ultimately talking about things that were taking place as far as the entire show. Now I'm going to go from a work perspective and a shoot perspective. From a work perspective, I understand because you took a lot of ass whoopings accordingly.
He did.
From a shoot perspective, you may or may not taken too many shots to the dome because you ultimately had to deal with the idea that something that was said had nothing to do with you. I was talking to Steve. Steve was the one I was talking to. Steve was the one that I said you chose his life to because he was too busy running his mouth about other shit on the show. It had nothing to do with you. So everything from that point on was null and void because it had nothing to do with you. The one note you decided you wanted to take meant nothing because it had nothing to do. I get the point that you were trying to make, I chose his life. I got in the ring. I tried to save people. I tried, do this other stuff. But you've been there. When I get in the ring, people stop. They stop that shit. Information liaison. Neutral ground. All I have to do is do that. Steve's dumbass continuously goes about saying whatever the fuck he wants to say and puts himself in positions to stir the pot. Now, this particular scenario, he was fine. 100%. Match was over. Show's over. You got no reason to be in there. It's done. Workhorses came in, did what they needed to do. That's on me. I've taken many of ass women's. Pretty sure I'm going to take more before I leave this earth. That's just what it is. But I can't, take that back. What I can do is keep everything straight. As I've told Steve many times on here, you're going to tell it right. I'll put myself out here and say, hey, this is what took place. But that you chose this life scenario was for Steve. I can't say that about you. I respect you. Not that I don't respect him.
Oh, wait a minute.
Is that there's a different type of respect because the idea that took place with him, and this is where it comes from the shooting aspect, is that when it comes from your upbringings, you had a way worse time than he did because you had a lot more time into the business. He's still looking for respect that he doesn't need to look for because he's already got it and he doesn't fucking see it. But that's a whole other conversation in itself. So when I come and I talk to him, it's a little bit different if I come and talk to you because every time I talk to you, it's 100% the truth. If I say that I give you what you want, it's exactly what I do. But there's always a catch.
Always a price.
Always a catch. You may not see it right away. It's always a catch. You could ask anybody that have seen the light, so to speak. Once they see it, they know it. But that particular scenario, as far as choosing a life, that wasn't for you. That was for Steve. And if you go back and look at it, as a matter of fact, if you look at the 1 hour and 50-minute mark, you'll see the exact time that we talk about it. It's directed towards him. So everything that you went back and forth with, even though I didn't want to bring it up because, there's a lot of stuff that's taking place. That's where it's at.
I'll definitely have to go back then because
Good. 1 hour and 50-minute mark. You should go back.
Because you guys were talking about my upcoming match. And you mentioned my match with Aaron Stone. And then you said something about my match with Rockin'.
Don't worry about it. I'll look it up.
So do you listen or do you watch?
I do a little bit of both because I'll listen on my way to work, so I can't really watch it.
So
but then
that's your problem is you can't see how many things are happening at one time because
there are a lot of things.
Steve can't stay on track.
Not even close. No matter how many notes he has on here, we have to constantly keep him on track. So it's not always you. That particular scenario was definitely could have been squashed. I even talked to you. I'm like, I'm going to tear into this crew. I'm going to tear into all of you. And I decided no.
I egged him on. I said he should. No. I love drama.
I know you.
Tearing to me?
Oh no, yours is very simple. I already talked to Jay Jensen, so that's the end of that. That's already been done.
I like that we're airing the grievances. I think it helps. It helps us grow as human beings.
We're supposed to, but it's just a matter of my whole thing is not having misinformation be put out there.
Exactly.
The internet is built off of that. When it comes to the show, someone has to at least be able to say this is wrong.
Yeah.
This is right.
Oh yeah. 100%. That's why I did a 3-part series on one of the Power Hours, just so I could respond to shit, which was phenomenal. I love your guys' show. I'm not gonna lie. It's amazing. And yes, like Rion said, Steve, you have a lot of respect. If I didn't respect you, I never would listen to your show. But I listen to your show because I do respect you. I just also like to poke fun at you.
He's still looking for. He does not get that part of.
Yeah, I don't think you gotta look far from it. If you weren't respected, you probably wouldn't be at CSW, SCW, RPW, IPW, and shit like that.
Hold on one sec, sir.
I hate everyone. I really don't like men. But I respect you. If I'm talking to you, I respect you. And if you want to know why I don't like men, take the red line as a pretty young woman in your 20s. There you go.
Not wrong.
So
That may or may not be the greatest compliment of my life. That may or may not be. We'll get back to that.
I don't know where you want to go after this.
I don't know where to go after. Okay, let's do Travis.
Yeah, Steve, real quick.
How are we doing so far? This is not what you signed up for. You hate every moment.
No, the only thing that I have a problem with is that I got another interview I got to do in 15 minutes.
Ooh.
and bedtime's coming up. I gotta go.
Who the fuck are you interviewing in 15 minutes?
Wayward Raven.
I don't know what that means.
It's a comic creating company for this freaking show.
All right.
I told you 8:30. I had another show I got to do. You said, "Oh, we'll be done by 8. No problem." Which don't get me wrong, I love being here. I just told my co-host, "Hey, listen, this is running late. If you have to start without me, so I'm not rushing you. I'm just letting you know that I could probably give you 30 more minutes, and I got to go."
16.
We are going right into our brand new segment, shiny new. This is
the one you didn't give Cactus Jack a heads up on.
This is.
If there hadn't been a scheduling conflict, this would be taking place at the Homewood Auditorium, and I would be like sweating and yelling and dying right now because it's endurance and cardio on Tuesdays.
Gotcha.
It is not endurance and cardio right now. This is your roller derby minute featuring Cactus Rack. Cactus, we have a bout coming up that is the end of a year.
Yes.
It is the culmination of the entire year.
Yes.
It is the Crushers versus the Haunters. It is the blue versus the green. I got called out today on social media by this Marley Quinn chick. I was going to wear a green tie.
Oh.
And just because that was going to be my wardrobe. I was going through my stuff. This is what I'm going to wear because you can't wear a Deadpool costume every time. So I was going to wear my red shirt and my green tie. And she said, if I wore my green tie, I was a loser.
Yeah.
So now, because I don't understand fashion, I've got to shift to the blue tie because I got called out on social media and I don't want to feel like a loser.
Steve.
So what do I do?
I'm on the blue team.
Well, that's why I'm wearing the blue tie.
Why would you show up to about wearing the opposing team's colors?
I wanted to wear a green tie because I like my green tie.
No.
And I just thought, and Mouthpiece does all the work anyway. I just sit there and say stupid things. But I want to interview Sinbin. What do you mean no comment?
No comment.
You like Mouthpiece better?
No.
Maybe the quietest.
I like his wife better.
You've never met my wife.
I like his wife better.
Who's Rion's?
No, I like Mouthpiece's wife better.
I was confused.
She's got great bangs.
I do not have bangs. And
Sasha, if you're watching this, great bangs.
Hi, Sasha. Excellent bangs.
Sasha Banks?
No, not Sasha. They're her bangs.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Mouthpiece's wife is Sasha. She has great bangs.
Okay, are you going to ask me a question?
That's the question.
So we have the knockouts. We have the final two teams. There is a lot of shifting of personnel from team to team.
Yes.
This past show, you were a member of the Rumblers.
Yes.
You were in red.
Yes.
Now you are in blue.
Yes.
And it's no longer Cactus Rack. It's the return of Russian Blue.
Yes. That was a surprise.
Did I just?
Yes, you did.
That doesn't matter. Keep going.
Go on.
We're already here. We're already here.
Go on.
Way to go, Steve.
Ask your question. Ask question, Steve.
Keep
We here
going.
now. We
The
here now.
Golden Skate is on the line.
Uh-huh.
Cactus Rack. What say you about? I'm done. Go Cactus.
There goes my surprise entrance.
Oh, Stevie.
So here's what I have to say about the bout. I originally played for the Crushers and the Haunters in our inception. And the team I was on that never lost was the Crushers. And I don't foresee that streak ending in this championship bout.
But wait,
But wait, what?
you are now teammates with your enemy.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work?
I mean, how does it work?
Enemy of my enemy is my friend.
I've said I'm there to win, right?
You have.
I've said I'm there to win.
But Marley and you are like oil and water.
Okay.
It's a combustible situation.
But we were on the same team for 3 years.
But she tried to kill you.
And I tried to kill her. What is your point?
Being professional. Steve.
I know her every move because I have played with her for so long. It's like in wrestling, it's like having a tag team partner. You know where they're going. You know what move they're going to do next. You know if they're going to speed up. You know if they're going to slow down. You know if they're going to hit somebody. I know her. So if she wants to get her shit together and act right, we can kick the shit out of the Haunters.
Okay, wait a minute.
What?
Now the Haunters.
What?
If I remember correctly,
Mhm.
Boss is on the Haunters.
Yes.
And if I'm reading the room right,
Mhm.
Gilda returns to the Haunters.
No, she doesn't.
She does not.
You're crushing this fucking segment, Steve.
I really thought I had a read on this.
Did you at any point consider reaching out to me before you?
Absolutely not.
See, Turtle's not just shit. You just said shit too.
I'll tell you what, Steve. I've done a lot of stupid shit in my life on my podcast, but I've never once given a spoiler out to anything.
Have you seen the rosters?
I am a secondary commentator.
Have you seen the rosters?
I am very fortunate just to be there.
I'm going to show you the roster.
My interview on
So-
John G's beat has changed completely. I have been ostracized from the knockout. I thought I was family. Clearly, that is not.
It's amazing because as soon as the knockouts listen to this show,
I
they're gonna be like,
do
you know what?
not
Maybe you
do.
should change your
They do not listen to
2023
this
plan.
show.
They do.
They don't listen to
Yes,
it.
they do.
Nobody listens.
Yes, they do.
I'm sharing the show. I'm releasing this episode.
You are not doing. This is going to go by the wayside.
So let
Nobody
me
hears it.
explain Russian.
This is
Get
the
out.
lost show.
Let me explain Russian Blue. Too.
I'm.
Stop talking.
Who's Russian Blue?
Russian Blue was my first gimmick with.
Oh, that was the surprise of Steve Blue.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
my first gimmick.
Fuck
and-
you, Travis.
Stop talking. I
Okay.
feel like I'm sitting next to Hot Rod. Jesus.
Uh,
And it was. You know he talks a lot, and it was. I was the breakout star of the knockouts
Mhm.
in the first season because my goal was to get the Sinbin Queen trophy at the end. So I was making shit up on the fly to get put in the penalty box. I once flipped off the ref and stopped play so that I could go over to get sent to the penalty box and make a detour at the announcer's table so I could steal their nachos and take it with me. So, and I retired Russian Blue and Sedusa, who was my Hunter's gimmick
Okay.
during COVID.
Sedusa.
Sedusa.
Okay, I love roller derby names, by the way. That's a clever fucking name. That's awesome.
Love the names they have on there.
There's some good
Love the
names.
names.
Yeah. I'm actually on the Facebook page right now while you're talking. So if
Yeah.
I'm looking down, that's why.
That's fine. I retired them. I felt that they had outlived their usefulness, that I was no longer Russian Blue. I was no longer Sedusa. I needed to come up with something with more meat and substance to it. So I went back to Cactus Rack, which is my WIFTDA, Women's Flat Track Derby Association persona. A Russian Blue, the man, the myth, the legend, will not die. And so I was going to be a last minute addition
Oh, Steve.
to the roster on the 19th. There was going to be an entrance of both teams. And as they were going to their benches, the music would not stop playing. And Steve or Mouthpiece would go, what's this? One more Crusher? Oh my God, it's Russian Blue. Now,
I don't feel bad for what I did.
How do I say goodbye?
I'll see myself out.
so Steve, going forward,
Thank you, Steve, for being you.
clear all surprises with me.
This is not what it looks like.
What is it?
This is
Sure, it doesn't look like you got your foot in
we've
your.
affected nothing because nobody watches this show. So it's
Oh,
still
there's
out
plenty
in the wind.
That's phenomenal.
We are going to make sure of it.
That's phenomenal, Steve.
I've had a
That's
great night. This was great. I had to go put my kid to bed. Steve,
That's phenomenal.
everyone have a great night. Stay safe.
SCW and POW have come together, and that's how that ended. I think I'm done tonight. I think I'm done. This might be the last episode of the Power Hour. Might be it.
Sit down real quick.
This might be all.
Okay.
Well, Steve, now even though you're transitioning into a new
I know what,
career,
Travis, this is a bad time for you to be Travis T.
Okay.
no, I'm asking.
Bye,
I'm asking,
Cactus.
I'm asking a legit question.
Sorry,
based on what
Cactus.
you just said.
Didn't know Cactus. Should have cleared a Cactus.
Now, Steve,
We're trying to save your show here, Steve.
as you are transitioning
Always.
into a new adventure next year, is the Power Hour still going to be around?
I am
can't wait.
retiring from everything official. I was on the fence. I was talking with Hades. Hades like, are you coming back next year? I'm like, I would like to, but I don't know. How I know. After that, now I know. See, it's because nobody if people would volunteer information, I wouldn't have to make it up.
Let me tell you something, Steve. If
Travis?
we now
Travis,
listen, it's
carefully.
nothing
This
towards
will
you.
not end well for you. I will
Nothing.
fuck out of you and cancel this connection.
This has nothing to do with you whatsoever.
Thank God.
Okay. But if I could shoot with you for a moment, bless that man. He looks like a non-murderous Chris Benoit in that picture. Anyways, so
Putting
if I
David
could,
Insane up here because I am crying silently over what just happened.
so to avoid doing what you just did, because I'm just like you. When I get excited about something, I talk about everything I know about. So whenever I talk with get the guys over at SCW about what's going on,
What's
what's
the
going
funny
to
part? Fuck
Oh,
off.
I got it. That's on me. That's on me.
So whenever something is going to happen over at SCW that they don't want me to share on the show, I ask them not to tell me because I don't want to accidentally give that up. So honestly, I would probably do what you just did numerous times over and over without thinking about it. So I mean, honestly, mistakes happen, man. But hey, you know what?
Actually, worked out pretty good. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, it looked great from here on this side. We'll see
It
how
looked like it said, I eat shit.
It'll look great. Like I know what it says on this side. It says I hate this, but I'm just saying that when we go back and look at this later, it's gonna be backwards because he wrote it backwards. So that's just gonna be amazing to watch later. And he's got a smiley face on it. It's gone now.
All right. So let's get back on little track here before Travis T.
Oh, you want to talk about tracks, you fucking idiot. You fucking ran us down last week on the fucking JFW. Now you want to get back on track, you little bitch.
I didn't run you down.
Stay in your lane, son.
I stuck up for your ass. So shut your mouth. I stuck up for you.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
You little bitch. All right. So see, this is why I can't take control of shit.
You're trying though, man, and I
Let's
respect you for it.
Shoot. Come on, Nubby, bring the noise.
Oh.
You're way over your skis in the podcast world, son.
Bitch, please.
Just listen to Travis and let things go.
Travis, may I proceed with my thought?
What you?
Okay,
you have a thought? What's that?
I could do 10 more minutes and then I really gotta get going.
You gotta
That's
get
what I'm
out
trying
of
to
here.
get out.
You need to go.
No, let Nubby talk for 10 minutes.
No, nobody's got like 2 minutes because I do want to talk about SCW and PAL before
As
we
you
end this.
should.
That's what I'm
As you
into right now.
Oh, that's what you're getting into?
Yeah. I
Oh,
want
then you
to
don't need to talk right now. Fuck it.
I want to talk about that piece that they made. The
Oh.
supposed piece at the end. What do you think about that? Them supposedly having peace now. At least Hunter and Jimmy.
No, I don't buy it.
Don't buy it at
I
all.
don't buy it. It's the same thing when I told you about what I thought would happen with Aaron Xavier or what would happen with Terry Allen, the betrayal that could happen. I think people are going to look for more opportunities than what is actually going to. I don't buy that POW and SCW are going to be okay with each other. I just don't see it
They
happening.
noticed they ignored.
What happened? What happened?
He was playing music and he was waiting for somebody to respond to it.
Nobody did.
It's
I
like-
heard it in the background. I just assumed it was
Yeah,
somebody's
they-
phone.
they- that's what I was saying. They heard it. They ignored it because they were actually trying to stay on topic. But
Yeah.
we-
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
I'm sorry. Do you want to go ruin someone else's surprise and shit, or can I keep talking?
Maybe. Maybe I do.
Fucking Steve. No, I don't buy POW and SCW are going to be able to work together. I think the ego between Blaze and Hunter are too big for them to work together. And that's
You
another
weren't
thing.
there. You were on pay-per-view. It was a kumbaya moment.
No, it wasn't. The fans weren't behind it at all.
Well, the fans are stupid.
Aaron Xavier definitely wasn't behind.
Well, Aaron Xavier's stupid too.
You know what?
Honestly,
Honestly,
kick me in the head. Who cares about that?
He is
Nobody wants to see him
all
kick me in the head.
over the place.
all of a sudden they want to do this kumbaya bullshit, but
Turtle, here's what I have to say about that. Have a chip.
yeah, chip up your ass. What bothers me about it is all of a sudden now they want to put their shit to the side and work together. But what about the rest of us who never got the chance to have any kind of revenge, or
You don't need
Why
revenge.
the fuck you
Nubby.
want revenge? You just get your ass kicked again.
You don't need revenge.
Move on. There's peace in the neighborhood now. Who cares? War is over if you want it. John Lennon said that shit.
war ain't over. Not with me. I think it's bullshit.
You're gonna go into pow yourself and get killed. Oh, and Red's gone. You pissed Red off. Way to go.
Well,
No, but here's what I'm going to tell you, and this is from a general manager standpoint of
High voltage.
SCW, high voltage. If this is what is going to be the plan, then this is what has to happen, regardless of what the locker room feels about one another. They're not going to have to like each other, bro. If they're going to be around each other in a civil way, they're going to have to respect that. It's Terry's decision. It's Blaze's decision. Hunter's leading it. Hunter's the leader of SCW. If this is what he wants to do, this is what's going to have to happen. And yes, Aaron Xavier made it clear that he's not happy about it. He made that very clear when he left the ring. And the fans of POW definitely didn't approve of it because they booed the entire idea. But it's the whole concept of adapt or die. If this is what's going to happen, this is what has to happen. If
So I'm just supposed to sit here and accept the fact that one of their referees pulled me out of the ring. Their cosplay commissioner, who's no longer commissioner now,
Who the fuck are you though?
pushed me down.
Who cares?
Me, am I supposed to accept that? Am I supposed to accept the fact that beat hooks
Kinda.
picked me up and dropped me
Who
down?
are you?
Sit there and accept that?
here's the thing, you don't have to accept it, but you
You
have to
better
move on from
accept it because that's what's happening.
You don't have to accept it, but you have to move on from it. It's just how it is.
You keep your attitude up, Steve. I'll be the next one to punch you.
Listen, I'll tell you what. You want a match anytime, any place.
We could do it at the next IPW. I don't care.
No, you can't use IPW now. I'm on the decline there. I got
I'm
my
not
ass
worried.
kicked. I'm
I'll-
good at IPW.
I'll challenge you too.
Listen, you don't come on now. You don't want that. You don't want it. Don't ask for it. You don't want that.
And I won't hold back.
Oh, you won't hold back.
At the end of the
Remember that scene
day,
in Spaceballs where Lone Star puts his hand on the helmet and Dark Helmet's swinging his lightsaber? He can't get it. That's kind of how that looks.
at the end of the day, I gotta consider it a win because now I don't have to worry about Powell holding on to my high voltage championship. Now it's another wrestler just having the high voltage championship. It's not up in some kind of like I can't even think of the fucking word.
Jim Blaze is a great man. Scott Spade is a wonderful champion. Powell is a great institution.
Gimmick infringement.
W and Powell are going to make history.
He's stealing your gimmick, Travis.
I love
my boss.
He's a great man. No, I got nothing. Okay, here's the thing. I personally have nothing against anyone there. There was one incident at high voltage. Yes, Steve. I'm not going to blame you for.
Here we go. I was there. I said we're going to be at training. I made one post on social media, and I'm the fucking devil. Fuck you, Travis.
Here's the thing. You invited him. You didn't invite him. Either way, now you all know that you guys are there. But I got nothing against Jimmy Blaze. He put on one hell of a fight in that fucking match, and he picked up the victory by himself, 1-on-3. It was incredible, and good for him for doing it. I got nothing against Scott Spade. He has an attitude of problem, but you know what? That's what gets him over as a wrestler. He's not there to be loved. He's there to be hated, and he does that very fucking well. You know, Perks. I like Perks. I think he had a couple good great matches against Mulligan. I think he's going to have a couple more great matches, especially against James Creed when James Creed ever gets healthy and comes back in the spring. I think they could have some great matches. And again, Me Hooks as the high voltage champion, I think gives a challenge to any competitor from high voltage to get the match because you don't want to face somebody who's beatable. You want to face somebody who's hard to beat.
Ladies man.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Who knew Meat Hooks was such a ladies man?
Oh, you could tell by those fucking 6-inch pumps he wears. Come on now.
Stud.
But at the end of the day, I think the Powell SCW thing is going to benefit. It's going to help out tag divisions because we've been short on tags. I don't think it really helps out the women's division that much because I don't know much about Powell, but they don't seem to have a women's division. So, but at the same time, I don't think a lot of companies really do. Honestly, I mean, you guys know better than I do. When was the last time IPW or Rocket Pro had a women's match? Because they didn't have one in the past shows, right? Neither one?
No.
It's weird because there's women there.
Yeah.
They have wrestled, but I think the last actual women's match it's been like about a couple months.
I think with the only exception was Renee Van Peebles in the show
live somehow.
Focus.
Yeah, I think with the exception was Renee Van Peebles in the trios match at IPW, but I think CSW is the only one I've seen consistently with women's matches in it with Evil Sierra, Nikki Nix. Unfortunately, I don't know a lot of the other names there, but
Heather Reckless, Sky
Reckless.
Blue.
There we go. Thank you. That was the one I was, and actually somebody debuted.
Bombshell Shelley.
Mm-hmm.
Bombshell. Yeah, that was one that debuted like only a couple months ago, right?
Well, we got a big show coming up in a week at CSW. It's the season finale. A lot of big things happening. Willie the Bomb Richardson, a soul toucher, being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Red, do I have to wear red?
No.
I do feel sorry for you, Steve, that you didn't get on the poster like you wished.
Don't do it.
That's okay. I don't need to be on posters.
But you wanted to be, and the
I
fact
do.
that you're not.
What I want and what I need and what I get are often many different things. I got on the IPW poster. That was cool. I have that saved, and I'll have that saved forever.
Plus, you were a main event, right? I mean, that's pretty fucking awesome.
Again, accidents. I get main events by accident.
2 times, Travis T. 2 times.
Accidentally 2 times.
See, Red called me Travis T.
Pros.
See that shit? See, Red gets it. Thank you.
See, Red, are you coming to Franklin Park? Tell us true.
No.
What?
It might be a surprise, Steve.
Yeah, you want to ruin that one too?
I'm gonna have to wear red.
Don't
You will not-
disrespect my
No.
color.
I'm always wearing red. I'm wearing red tonight.
Yeah, but it don't look good on you. It looks very
I do.
good.
I do miss the button-up shirt and tie. Steve Power Hour guy. I do miss him.
I'm in the final. We're in the final 2 months. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit anymore.
Yeah. Are you in the sweatpants phase yet?
Time to make the fucking pancakes. I don't think I'm gonna put a shirt on. Fuck that.
I still have yet to be told, are these pancakes being made or were they microwaved? No one has yet to
Microwave
answer.
pancakes.
In
There's
the
a
house,
bunch.
like what more
Yeah.
do you want? They came from the home. What more do you want?
And then I had to
Not
adapt to make
homemade.
more pancakes because I had more guests.
Uh,
And then I ruined her life. I just ruined lives. That's why in 2023 we're going down the road. That's why you can't fight me now because I'm gone.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Would there ever be an opportunity? Now, I was just thinking, as like a fantasy booker guy, with the issues with the workhorses. Now there are 3 of them, and there are 3 of you guys.
3 of us, as in what?
You, Rion, and C Red. Could you ever be a power hour versus workhorses match?
That'll never happen.
No, I mean, come on.
See,
The
Red's
workhorse-
part of the ARC, Rion's information liaison.
But think about it. The thing about the workhorses took C Red's title belt.
They
They
did.
attacked you post match. They attacked Rion when he came in to save you. Realistically, the booking does itself right there,
You can't let the inmates run the asylum.
right? That's why you got
Information liaison, man that doesn't need to be in the ring again. And the ARC, they've got trios recapturing of glory on their minds. It's not about that, Travis.
They got problems.
Well, I have an overall goal of I want to make it to the next IPW show
Nubby,
because I've been
shut
trying to
up.
reach that. Yeah, Nubby. I want to try to make it into an IPW show because I still have yet to this day ever seen C Red wrestle a match. And I want to make that a priority on my list of things I want to do. And I also got to make it to a CSW show because I was invited by the general manager. I'm sorry, a Rocket Pro show because I was invited by the general manager himself. A very kind man. Look at this. Look, he's getting ready to face the workhorses. Time. It's time.
I'm challenging Turtle.
You guys want to wrestle each other at high voltage? I'll book.
I would
match.
like to
I
see
mean, I gotta
Turtle
get it
wrestle
approved
Red.
first, but
I'd like to see Red shut Turtle up once and for all.
Right.
C-Rev won't get in the ring with me, not without the help of the ARC. So
I think C Red would fucking fuck you up, bro.
nah.
I do gotta get going though. I do have to get
Red's
going.
like, shut up, man.
I do need to get going here, guys. Though I do gotta.
All right. JFW podcast. Travis, thank you. Travis T, thank you so much for being on the show tonight and pissing off Cactus Rack and making me look like an asshole.
Amazing.
And
How did I make you look? Dude, did I make you give away her fucking surprise?
It was my fault, man. I'll take.
How did I make you look like an asshole? I didn't make you look like an asshole. You did that. You do fine on your own, bro.
He's pointing fingers again. Always
Actually,
pointing.
fair. And Turtle, thank you for being about as good tonight as I thought you'd be.
Hey, it went better than I thought. I was
Because I
expecting
didn't talk
bigger
at all.
ass.
The fact that you didn't talk is why it went so good. You listen well, but you don't talk well. That's okay.
That's on me.
And I didn't have notes because I didn't give you the notes. So that's why you have no notes. Can't get the notes on your own.
But
Gotta
I
have
also
the notes.
said I forgot to grab them when I left on Saturday. So
Uh-huh.
That's fair.
I did say that.
That's fair. C Red,
What up?
how you feel? C Red looks like he's about to cut a promo. You want to cut a promo on Turtle right now? He's got that
Yes.
that soul touches posture like he's about to own you.
Here's the funny thing. He is only like 2 blocks away from me at this point. So he could walk right on over here.
Actually, I'm further than that, sir.
Come on, Red, talk to me. What do you got? You're itching. You look like Tyson. What do you got?
My engine is revving, but that's a totally different horse, Travis T. I heard a statement made this past week, and I think it is so fitting for this show. We can agree to disagree without being disagreeable.
Yeah.
So again, let's be honest. Ain't nobody getting paid.
No.
I don't see no media companies giving out no checks.
We're trying.
You know, let's be honest.
We don't get sponsored by the comic book people. I wish we did.
At
Travis
least-
got one up on it. He got
At least
sponsored.
Leon gets food. Cactus got food.
Cactus tore me up tonight and I deserved every bit of it.
You know,
It's gonna be hard to live this one.
I think the reason why Nubby was quiet tonight is because I can't really get down like I want to get down.
Next week. We'll get down next
in a
week.
public place. So next week it'd be all over with. But
Nubby, you're gonna pay.
I appreciate you, Travis T, for taking the time again and show that we can get together and we don't have to agree on everything. But then when we sit down and actually look at everything, guess what? Sometimes we notice the same things that are keeping us apart, are the same things that can bring us closer together.
Yeah. Well, can I be honest with you, C-Red, real quick? And I know I keep saying it
He's
again.
gone. C-Red just dropped the knowledge and ran.
No, we'll see what we come. Here's the thing, C-Red. So going through Elite Pro and everything, getting to know some of the guys who are consistent there, mostly you guys soul touchers. Which, by the way, I loved how you commented on the New Day pretty much taking the soul touchers gimmick. I agree 100%. I think that's pretty obvious. You're one of the guys that I wish I could have been able to talk to more, especially in the Elite Pro days. And the fact that I had a chance to talk to you at Steam Hollow, I think the last time you were there, which obviously I know was a while ago, when I invited you to come onto the show to talk about your career, I 100% mean that, and I would love to do that. Next month, I have Ivan coming back on to kind of wrap up the end of his career and a couple stories. But I do want to get you on to talk about your career as well, because are you at the 20-year mark right now, or you're rolling up to it?
Yeah, me and Shay are rolling up to 20 years.
Yeah, because I would love
we're right there. If we haven't already hit it, well, this is November, so yeah, we should be there.
Well, I would love to get you on my show to talk about your career if you're up for it.
That's fine, but here, Travis, now you made me mad at you again.
Why? I'm agreeable with
because you were there during the Elite Pro days, right?
Yeah.
So at some point you saw Marche, Jazz, Willie, me, Diamond. Why didn't you tell me to leave Diamond back then? Just say.
Fair. And with that, Red is gone. Drop the mic. Red's out. Ladies and gentlemen, Travis, you go do your interview.
I'm still here. But just
there.
Hindsight.
Yeah, you got to understand some of those, right? I mean, like back in the day, I mean, I was like a few months into the business. Who am I to tell people what to do?
Somebody should have. Hey, y'all do know this man said like 30 minutes ago he got another thing to do. So
oh yeah, no, yeah. They've been calling me on Skype for like the last like 15 minutes. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap this package. JFW podcast, despite the posturing and all the stuff, I do listen every week. You make my treadmill work a lot easier and more palatable. So thank you for that. Thank you for doing this. Even though I was decimated tonight and I might not recover from this, I do appreciate you being a part of it. And I hope we gave you enough to give you a decent episode of your show, because the last thing I want to do is not give you a decent episode of JFW, because you guys have quite the following. So thanks to Nubby for not saying anything. And thanks to Travis for helping me drive. And next week on the Power Hour, we will welcome Willie "Da Bomb" Richardson a few days before he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame at CSW. So next week, the master of the potato, the king of the pounce, Willie "Da Bomb" Richardson, the Soul Touches, will be on this show. So don't miss that. It'll be fun. You can check out JFW on all your favorite podcast places, Podbean, Apple Podcasts. There are a lot of them. Travis, any final thoughts before you go do your other shit?
No, dude, honestly, if you ever want me on here, just let me know. I will make it happen. It's always fun being here talking to you. You, C Red, Cactus Racto is the first time like I said, I talked to her probably in 3 years.
You ought to get
And-
the cactus on your podcast and talk roller derby because that would be great.
I'll think
You need
about
to
it.
spread roller derby awareness.
I'll think about it. I try to keep, I could probably have her on this freaking show because I try to keep just freaking wrestling, just about freaking wrestling. But I could definitely have her on this freaking show, which we talk about everything. Rian, it's always a pleasure. I'm glad you weren't too upset about me saying you weren't the real deal. I'm glad we got an understanding about that. Because I do respect you. You seem like a wonderful person. I do enjoy the shaking of the face.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do, 100%. Even though I say it's goofy.
Ryan Matthews finally acknowledged that we did that this week. I've mentioned I thank him after every Rocket show. Hey, thanks for letting us use your face. And he's like, okay. He finally said, you're welcome. Yeah. So
But no,
I got closer to Ryan Matthews.
Yeah, but I do appreciate you guys having me on here. At least it's always fun, and I look forward to doing it again if you ever want me back on.
If we do continue in 2023, we will revisit JFW and maybe Turtle will say more than 3 words. Maybe he'll have
Maybe. So,
Turtle,
guys,
any final thoughts?
Nope.
Cowabunga, dude. Fucking idiot. All right, I gotta get going though, guys. So,
All right.
thank you.
We're done. The Power Hour. Red, I hope your wife feels better. Turtle, enjoy. Have a good show. Travis T, we'll see you next time around. This is the Power Hour. We'll see you next week with Willie. We are out. Good night, everybody.
Cowabunga.